right, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Um, yes. Yeah, keep the sheet with you. I'm gonna go through real quick what we're gonna do tonight. We're a really good sized crowd. I'm gonna ask the younger contingent in a few moments. I'll just ask you to introduce yourself. Let us know where you're studying and where and what you're studying. So we got a good group of the younger Estovir guys with us. After that, I'm going to invite Carlos Muniz up because two of these young guys are going to get awarded the Llorente Scholarship. So Carlos Muniz will make that announcement and just tell you guys a little bit about what that is and how long we've been doing it. And then after that, I'm going to invite our president, Manny Anton, up for a couple words. And then we'll sing Villancicos. You'll see it's a tradition here in the ACU for many, many years that Francisco Mueller, our organist, leads us in the Villancicos there, just in the joy of Christmas. And then we'll eat and socialize and have cigars. All right? So real quick, so the new guys that are here, let's start over. I see Richard Fernandez back there hiding. Richard, you want to just stand up, name where you're studying and what you're studying.
Good evening, my name is Richard Fernandez. I'm a senior at Florida State University's College of Medicine. So I'm a pre-medical practice on their bridge program.
Good. Andres. CJ.
Hi, I'm CJ Fraga. I go to FSU as well. I'm a senior, and I just applied to FIU Law, so great for me in that regard.
Let's go, Joey.
Hi, I'm Joey Toledo. I'm a first year engineering student at NC State.
Studying engineering. Jonathan. Georgia Tech. We all know Anthony. Lucas.
I'm Lucas Jimenez. I'm a first year seminarian at St. Dominguez.
Danny.
I'm Daniel Torres. I'm a first year student also at Florida State University, and I'm studying astrophysics.
Astrophysics. Blasco.
Hi, I'm Christian Blasco. I'm a first year at Santa Fe College. I'm studying artificial intelligence.
Johnny, our two readers. Johnny.
I'm Jonathan McCallie. I'm a structural grad student at the University of Florida.
And Javi.
Hello, I'm Javier Mariscal. I'm a first year medical student at the University of Florida.
And yourself?
Hey, my name's Ryan Flickinger. I graduated last week, mechanical engineering at the University of Florida.
All right. You're welcome. All right. So now I'm going to invite Carlos.
Go Jackets, yeah, absolutely. All right, so with the Father Armando Llorente Scholarship, we've been giving this scholarship out for since 2021. We have several of the recipients here with us tonight, and today we're proud to announce two of the four recipients that are going to receive this scholarship. The scholarship is in memory, of course, of Father Armando Llorente, which most of us knew. Father Armando Llorente was our second spiritual director for the Agrupación, brought the Agrupación from Cuba to the United States, and he was director for 58 years. For a lot of us, he was an inspiration, not only a mentor, but also a father and a spiritual director, of course. So we remember him very fondly, and so we decided to establish a scholarship to recognize students in the Estovir group that have what Father used to call madera. They have madera that they show that they are worthy of the values and what the Agrupación strives for. So the scholarship that they apply for, it has a form, pretty extensive form for those that have filled it out, and you have to explain, how do these values that the ACU has when it comes to our three, our spirituality, our professionalism, and apostolate, and everything else. How does that apply to your life, and how do you plan to apply it in your college life? So first, I would like to call Lucas Jimenez. part of the ceremony is also going to be they're going to sign a pledge agreement, so we'll do that afterwards. But Lucas, tell me a little bit what your role was at Estovil.
I was a board member, so I would help, I was helping with the meetings, planning them out, giving talks at them, and things like that.
Did you have a position or?
No, I was a board member.
Board member, okay. Great. So this is the part of the presentation where I embarrass them, because we read and we look at what you've written on your application. And so I like to just highlight a couple of things that Lucas expressed in his application, which I thought was, for all of us, something we can learn. He mentions the following: today, many have lost the understanding that leadership is not a place of value and honor, but a place of suffering, sacrifice, and service, that others may have the value and honor of the successes you help bring about. As Fulton Sheen says, you cannot separate Christ from the cross. While this is meant to mean that mercy cannot be separate from justice and God's love from his call to sacrifice, it can also be applied here. You cannot separate the authority of leadership from the service and suffering. If you take the former, then leadership has no power or purpose. But if you take the latter, then leadership becomes a club to be wielded by the men in power. So I thought it was very profound. Very profound. And just to embarrass him a little bit more, he was referring to the impact that the spiritual exercises had on him in August of 2022 with the Estovil group. He said the following: this retreat taught me how to pray in silence. That is to say, it taught me how to hear Christ, which in turn helped me to build a relationship with him and Mary. It would not be an understatement to say that retreat changed my life and has allowed me to pursue Christ, Mary, virtue, wisdom, knowledge, and truth. All of this was done by teaching me how to be silent. Truly, this lost art is more powerful than anything I have ever conceived of, because it allows us to hear God's whispers. This retreat has made possible the man I have become today and has given me the tools to improve. There is simply no way to understate that impact, and for it, I am supremely grateful. So the powerfulness of the spiritual exercises. Congratulations. Stay here for a second, and then we'll do the signing. Okay, and then the next recipient of the scholarship is Joey Toledo. Who, by the way, has a beautiful name. Your full name is Jose Manuel Maria Toledo. That's a beautiful name. I thought it was a beautiful name. Joey, tell us what was your role in Estovil, and what did you do?
Mine was very similar to what Lucas Jimenez did. I was on the board member as well. I didn't have a specific position like president or vice president, but I did help set up the meetings, prepare the activities, and also do a couple talks.
Awesome. So now I'm really going to embarrass Joey, because he wrote about formation, and he said there's three ways that formation has helped him. He said, I have developed my formation in three main ways. The first is through the example of my parents that have set for me. My father is part of the Yaku, and my mom works at Belen, and she constantly puts on service events through the National Honor Society. My parents have always helped me grow in my faith, from taking me to Mass every Sunday when I was little to driving me to the Estovil meetings on Tuesdays. They have taught me what it means to be a Catholic, and that you shouldn't be ashamed of wanting to help others and loving Christ Jesus. Then he says the second way was through peer ministry that you took at Belen. And he was able to learn a lot about Catholicism and more than just any regular theology class that he took, and seeing the aspect of seeing Jesus Christ working through others. And then the last way he developed his faith, he says, is through Estovil. From Estovil, I've learned what it means to be a true man of Christ. There are two topics that I've learned that I've gained much interest in and I find extremely important. The first is the theology of the body and the understanding that the church teachings on human sexuality and the sacredness of the body can have a profound impact on one's understanding of human dignity, relationships, and personal identity. And then the second topic is moral theology and ethics. And the understanding of Catholic principles for situational ethics equips individuals to make morally sound decisions and navigate complex moral dilemmas in their personal and professional lives. So, Joey, congratulations. So we wanna, come up, and then Father, if you wanna come up with we're gonna take a picture. And then afterwards, we'll do the signing of the. Oh, I forgot to mention that, by the way, real quick, the committee is not just me. I hope everybody understands that. Mr. David Fernandez is part of it, Mr. Jerry Portella, and Mr. Jay Velasco and Eric we're all members of the committee. So it's not just Carlos. Thank God. That'll come later. Awesome. Great. Congratulations.
We'll sign it after.
We'll sign it after.
So actually, there's. There's three other recipients here. We have Pablo Carreño was actually the first recipient, the fourth. Pablo Carreño, the fourth. We have Richard Fernandez and Andres Jimenez, Lucas's brother, are also recipients from prior years. All right, Manny's going to say a few words.
So, gentlemen, I'm just going to take the opportunity to basically begin a very painful process, which is la despedida de Father Sainz. Where is he? Is he still here? Se despidió. There he comes, there he comes. So, I think it's very difficult for us to understand everything he's done for the Agrupación over the last 5 years, because he has enabled a renaissance of the Agrupación that I think we haven't seen in 20 years. He brought stability, confidence, and a sense of spiritual direction to the Agrupación that we were sorely lacking. And after a very difficult time for several years, he really has enabled us in every way to change direction, including the apostolado, the aspirantado, our communications. And we don't see everything he does, because in addition to knowing that he works at the ACU and that he also teaches at the seminary, he has been relentless in his support of all of our activities. This is a man who's been going to monthly meetings for years to support the aspirantados. He's been going twice a year to all of our chapters to try to support the chapters and help them grow and stabilize them. It's been an ongoing effort. So, in recognition of that, what do you do? And it's very difficult to give Father a gift. As a matter of fact, we presented several options to him, hoping that they might be of benefit. And he's a man who has everything. He has God. What else does he need, right? And so he made clear that our friendship and our ongoing prayers for him were what he most wanted. Now, having said that, Father has had a couple of unique roles. I don't know how many of you know the level of support that he's given to the renaissance of the Marian congregations in the United States. He was at the founding meeting where JAMS, the group that was here for the general session on December 9th, he was at the original meeting where that was propelled, meaning that the Southern and Central Jesuits of the United States have now taken a significant interest in organizing the development of the Marian sodalities. In addition to that, he's done some interesting things, because he's actually visited the first Marian sodality, the place where it was born in Rome. Unfortunately, that Marian sodality doesn't exist anymore, but that Marian sodality was the one that all sodalities were joined to from the very beginning. I'll talk about that in a minute. And he's visited the only remnant Marian sodality, equivalent to the Agrupación, that remains in Rome today, which is that of the Italian nobility. So we thought that perhaps a very small, humble gift, but very difficult to find because it's only available in Europe and was published about a century and a half ago, that we would give Father for his departure, in addition to the other things that we've been able to share with him, a copy of the original rules de la prima primaria, published in the early 1900s. So, Father, if you would accept our gift to you, hoping that this might guide opportunities that you may find in Rome or elsewhere. And thank you very much.
I'm not used to that. A lot of times people have asked me am I looking forward to going, this and that, if it's going to be great and all that. I say, well, it's always bittersweet. And this is the things that make it so sweet, but also bitter at the same time, that I've got to go, but it's also been sweet being around here, and certainly what we've shared, what we've done over these years. And like I've said, I don't plan on being a stranger, so what is still yet to come? We're thinking about 2025 this summer, so things se están maquinando, yeah. But thank you, Manny, thank you for everyone. It's very thoughtful. Because everyone kept to say, what do you need? It's like, I'm trying to get rid of stuff right now because I've got a weight limit of what I can take, and so I said just nothing, because I can't. But certainly this is compact enough, I think, to fit in there. Yes. They already arrived, so for the first time I actually have prescription glasses. So. Yeah, well, it's not just the print, it's also the eyes and the age, everything else. So, yeah, those I pick up tomorrow. But, yeah. But thank you again to everybody. Thank you, and let's... Without further ado...
Maestro, take it over. Mueller, if you pull out your VNC, your song sheets, we'll sing. Nicola, you wanted to share something? Tiny letters.
So I just received this on Sunday. I received a little card for the father and son group, and I would like to read it so you can enjoy it. Dear Fathers and Sons group, we would like to express our deepest gratitude to all of you for sharing your time, talents, and resources with us and the poor. Thank you for your hard work to beautify our soup kitchen's surroundings, gardens, and our homeless shelter for the women, with new paintings, fixings, and trimmings, etc. We're very grateful for helping us packing and distributing the food for the poor. It is very beautiful and admirable to see fathers and sons working together for the Lord. We also apologize for all the inconveniences, confusions, heartaches, and headaches may have caused you while helping us. Let nothing hinder us from loving, giving, sharing, doing good, and being kind. Quote, what we're doing is nothing more than a drop in the ocean. But if the drop were not there, the ocean would be missing something. End of quote, Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Regardless of how big or small task we partake, together we do, quote, something beautiful for God, end of quote. And, quote, do little things with great love, Saint Teresa. Quote, faith, hope, love remain these three, but the greatest of these is love. All for the greater glory and love of God. With much love, prayers, and gratitude, Missionaries of Charity in Miami.